Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to Dolores Studios. Today I just wanted to share something with you guys that I'm super excited about. I just entered my first beat making contest. So I was on YouTube just scrolling and looking at some videos of other producers making music, and I saw that a lot of them were using this Chaos Beta sample pack. It was a pretty awesome pack made by Cymatics FM. And when I looked it up, it turns out that there was a contest related to it. So within the Chaos Beta Pack was a bunch of awesome samples that included the sample master, the sample trackouts, as well as the MIDI files for the main chord progression of each sample. The challenge given to producers by Cymatics FM was to take any one of these samples and make the hardest, best hitting, coolest rap beat you could come up with. They did limit the genre to rap and hip hop, but with that you could go multiple directions. So you could have made a lo-fi beat, you could have made like a more chill like rap beat, or you could have made a super hard trap beat. Really whatever you thought was going to impress the judges. So at first this was extremely daunting to me because I know there's a lot of incredible talent out there, and when I first found out about the contest there was already 1,000 submissions. But then I looked at the prizes. So when you go on the Cymatics FM website, basically under song contests up here, they have the Chaos Ultimate Beat Contest. Right here you can download the beta pack, and then right below it you can enter the beat contest. But then if you keep scrolling, it's like being a kid in a candy store because you see the MacBook Pro you could win with the Core i5 processor and 16 gigabytes of memory. You see the MPC Live Gold controller you could win, only 800 made. That thing looks pretty sweet. I don't know about you. $1,000 cash. I could use $1,000 cash. Custom made sample pack by Cymatics for you. That's pretty tight. It would be pretty cool. Next, if you keep scrolling, there's a 2 terabyte hard drive with all of the Cymatics packs on it. Just based off of the beta pack that I got, probably a lot of really cool stuff in there. So after getting all giddy about the prizes and what I would do with them, I decided I would give it a go. So in this video, I'm basically going to show you the original sample I picked and then maybe talk you through a little bit of my process of how I got from that to my final submission, which I'm also going to attach the final submission to the end of this video. It'll also be on my SoundCloud on a link in the... Damn, my heart's at like 140 looking at those prizes again. My final submission is on my SoundCloud, and the link to that I will put in the description below. So that being said, I'm going to stop talking and let's get to it. Alright, so getting right into it, I'm just going to show you basically what came with the pack. And then the sample I picked. I went to the R&B section just because I felt the vibe of it. Went for this one, Around the World, 87 BPM D sharp, and let's listen to that. I forgot to put on my headphones. Bruh. Alright, so now that we're good to go and my speakers aren't blasting into my microphone, let's take a listen to the sample. So they have a little bit of percussion on kind of the second half of the sample. Alright, so that sounds pretty good. I did think it was a little low energy, and so I wanted to find ways that I could kind of spruce that up. So before I dove headfirst into this sample, I went to take the trackouts that they give you. So if you go here to the Chaos Beta Pack with MIDI and stems, they give you the stems for every sample. So right here I found Around the World, this one, and you can see that they give you the bass, they give you the chords, you've got the percussion loop, and then they also give you the vocals. And so if we solo those, that was the vocal, that's the percussion, these are the chords, and then that's the bass line that was with it. Now, Cymatics really didn't want to set you up for failure because not only did they label the sample right here with the BPM and the key of it, D sharp minor, but they also actually gave you the MIDI files for these chords. So if you listen, these are just like regular piano chords. Right? So if we're going to go on to make an entire beat, a bass line, drums, what have you, we're going to want to make sure we're A, in the same key, and that B, we're following that main chord progression that's going to be the root of this song. So if you go down here, we'll make a new pattern. Let's just call it keys for now. Spread that out. And then if you go into there, I'm going to add FL Keys, one of our favorite plugins, just basic piano. Open the piano roll, and then if you go here to MIDI, find Around the World, drag and drop that, and then look, just easy as day, they basically gave you just all the MIDI files. So right now I haven't switched to BPM, that's why it's a lot faster, but So they give you all 3 chords, and now you have exactly what MIDI files they were playing, and you can build off of that for the rest of the beat. All right, so the first thing I had to do was to import the sample and then adjust it to fit my BPM. So if you double click the sample, it'll bring up this menu that describes everything about the sample. And then if you look, I have a new BPM of 91 beats per minute. So I went over to the time dial, I put it on the stretch mode, so it wouldn't affect the sound too much, and then I stretched it out to 91 BPM. Then what I did was I actually turned it up an octave to give it some more energy. So if you listen to it now, this is without turning it up an octave. It's okay, but I really thought it was lacking some energy, and I wanted to add some more to it. So I turned it up an entire octave and listen to it now. So then I laid that new melody over the drums and came up with this. Next, it was lacking some low end, so I decided to put a pretty clean 808 on it and then make an 808 pattern using the MIDI files that were supplied in the pack. And so here's what it sounds like with that. Next, I wanted to add another layer to the song, so it wasn't just those 3 chords playing over and over again. So I wanted to blend in maybe an arpeggiation of those chords. So I did that. So if you look here, this right here is called Drip Melody. So if I open that up, we'll scroll over and you can basically see what I did. So I took the chords and I just arpeggiated them a bunch, I added some slides, and so I'll take the effects off, and this is what it sounds like. Now to help blend it in a little bit more, essentially what I did was use a new plugin I recently bought called Drip. Now this is a plugin made by Kyle Beats. I'm gonna be honest, it's a little bit of a cheat code because it's got a bunch of different presets on it that just kind of perfectly blend melodies in. There's a bunch of different presets in here, but there's one called Random, and it just kind of like mixes a bunch of the different presets. So I picked that, and you can hear what it sounds like now with that added on it. So then you can hear what that sounds like in the whole song, and just kind of listen for that now. And then for the hook, to add some dynamic movement to the track, I actually turned that up, and that became more of a main element. Now you'll notice when I just played the hook there, you heard strings and not those regular chords that have been going on for the rest of the beat. So I wanted to switch it up for the hook, and so I slowed down the drum pattern a little bit, and then I actually replaced the chords. I muted them here and replaced them with some strings. So it just added some dynamic movement to the track, so we can hear how that sounds. So that is a basic rundown of how I put this beat together. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please drop a like. If you want to see more, please subscribe, and make sure you turn on notifications so you don't miss a single video. Additionally, if you want to check out this full beat, it's on my SoundCloud. Please go check that out. The link is down below. It's also on my IGTV, on my Instagram, @TonyDelora, and all those links will be down in the description. So without further ado, let's take a look at this master.